I could understand that. I could fully understand that. So currently, we have these two things up. I have not touched this since last time. I streamed this and this. So, okay. Um, well, it's called the Red Princess of the Seas. So I don't actually remember. I'm guessing this. Okay. So, outline of the story, more detailed outline, started to rewritten. Okay. Let's see. The Red Princess of the Seas. Ooh, apparently I'm writing about a princess that's a legend. A dark fairy tale or a myth. The legend goes like this. Once upon a time, there was a kingdom here in Limera, and a prince and princess alongside the king and queen. Okay, this checks out. Yeah, true royal family, which is rarer, but they always do such spectacular things. Until one day tragedy started to strike. The king became ill, so the prince and princess took over more and more duties. The king started to heal from whatever illness that was. Okay, that's good. That's good. Nobody figured out what it was, or if they did, the public didn't know of it. That also checks out for something I would write. As the king was starting to recover, though, the queen fell ill with something which seemed to be completely different. Okay? Stress from the queen becoming ill seemed to hinder the king's healing, though, and caused him to become more ill. The prince and princess took over everything until that day, the 25th anniversary day of the king and queen marrying, May 17th. Why would I put a specific. You know what? I don't know why I put a specific day in there. That's a great question for April. Because I have no clue. That is the day that both the king and queen passed in the early morning hours. Okay. And within that same day, yep, that checks out. Um, okay, thank you. You have a good sleep. Okay? Good sleeps. The neighboring king of Rosalie took over the kingdom so that his heirs could have kingdoms alike, kicking both the prince and princess out. Okay. Okay. Where is this? They left for the waters never to be heard of again. Okay. 10 years later, when the new king went to the coastal town Korastai, I have no idea how I first hydrate. Okay. It was bright and sunny. It was a bright and sunny day until he got there. Oh, so magic against them. Got it. The sea turned red and the sky turned black. The king and his people were evacuated from the town, but it was too late. Red lightning struck the king down where he was. Oh, that's good to know. Once dead, though, the sky lightened and became the clear, sunny sky that it was prior to the king coming down. Okay. And the sea became a luminescent blue fading up from the red of what looked like the other's blood. What? That place has been a ghost town since. After all, who want to stay in a town that kills? I mean, that checks out. I wouldn't. That's not what I wanted. They left for the waters, never to be heard of again. Do. Who took over the kingdom after? Ah, a wonderful question. What did I put? The kingdom that had taken over had 3 possible heirs and 2 kingdoms. As the oldest 2 who took over were twin boys, the king decided to have them both take over one. The youngest and only daughter took over the kingdom that her brother perished in. Okay. And determined that the town of Gorastai was to be left with no inhabitants. Why is it you ask about this, boy? Do not tell me that you plan on finding that ghost town. What do you mean finding the town? Don't we already know where it is? So you don't know. Don't need that. Nobody has ever been able to find the town in over 300 years. Okay. Anybody who's gone looking for it has either never come back or became disabled. Some had wounds so bad they could never speak or walk again. Some became ill with something we could never figure out. None have ever spoken of finding it, and they have all said to stay away. The last adventurer who tried to find it never came back. That was over 100 years ago. Okay. So, I see I turned these into more paragraphs. Which, okay, I'm guessing I'm starting at this point. So, let's see. What I had so far was, good morning, sir. Do you need help finding anything? Okay. The red-haired woman behind the library counter. Okay, so we're in a library. Seeing him pull out a stained paper, she nods. So, our main character is a dude. Yes, of course, sir. We have a whole section dedicated to the kingdom of Limera as well as all the legends from the former kingdom. Okay, so it's in the future by at least 300 years, possibly more. If you go to the left and go to the front of the room, that's where you can find it. Humming a song to himself, Tyler. So Tyler's our main character, apparently. Slowly scans the books. Read this, read this, read this, read... Wait, this one is new. He mutters to himself while pulling the book off the shelf. Okay. The Truth of the Red Princess and Shadow Prince. Sounds interesting. Maybe it'll finally help me understand some of those more outlandish theories. It's by Lilac. Lilac who? So apparently I have a character named Lilac now. Good to know. That's odd. What? This just says that Lilac claims she's a wizard. Hold on, guys. I gotta open Arson Besties. I gotta open the stream. Load into Arson Besties stream. And then we go back to this. Don't you worry, guys. That's odd. This just says that Lilac claims that she's a wizard. Okay. Good information for me. Everyone just keeps going on about their own day in the library. Some staying to read like Tyler, some just checking out books to read at home. Some like the earlier librarian who works there. Eventually though it's time to close, Tyler is just finishing the book. I'll come back and read you again, whispering to the book while putting it back on the shelf, nodding whether to himself or the book even. He's not sure. He starts to adjust his bag on his back now to make him more comfortable before he starts leaving the library, giving the librarians a half wave. As he starts making his way through, he gets to the hotel he's staying at. So, let's recap. We have a main character named Tyler. And he is clearly trying to find out something about this legend that I do not remember. Probably not a good one, based on what I've seen. And everyone seems convinced that the princess is doing everything, but there's also a prince. So, was it they followed by female matriarchal lead? It might have. Because, like, I could see that. I could see that. Very well. But, why? I have a feeling I don't even know this. Taking his bag off and putting it in the chair. Okay. So, not a huge one, but decent size. Tyler flops onto the bed. That book contradicts most of what's known about that place. Sighing, he grabs his notebook, sits at the desk, writes a note. Okay. So most of the books state that there is a kingdom of Limerick with a king, queen, prince, and princess. The king gets sick, then the queen, and on the day of their anniversary, both pass. Okay. The kingdom gets taken over, the prince and princess take off, and their new heir takes over the kingdom. It says that the ghost town is where the strike down from nature happens and took down the heir. It says it's all lost to history and nobody has ever been to find it. This book shows where it should be on a map. Wait. The book says it's through this forest that's outside of here. Not another town, and the closest town is Cactrium. It's far enough away that people aren't shocked about how far it is from here due to nature no longer being cacti and such. Okay. It's close enough, though, that this is the closest town to it. Good to know. He nods to himself and starts prepping his new road trip. After all, adventure is fun. Okay, so an adventure, looking for a ghost town on a whim with very little information because he thought it was fun and interesting. I love this. Once he's done with that, he heats up some chicken and veggies to have before letting sleep cream him. Okay. 4 a.m. A wonderful time to be awake. How blessed it is to have everything done. Ty loves it. Okay, so Tyler goes by Ty. Good to know. The time emotions run high and people run low. Humming to himself and enjoying the scenery, he makes it. The forest. That's when he starts to hear it. A cry. A child's cry. Quickly glancing around, he notices that there's no children anywhere near him. That's when he decides he's going to find whoever's crying and help them however he can running into the forest. A young man finds a book called This by Lila, and she said she spoke with royals. Shows a different story than what's taught. Okay, so far accurate. Our MC is an adventurer who enjoys legends and either debunking them or proving them and being able to fully understand it. Okay. MC gets told above by a book from the librarian. MC is prone to getting lost but also following feelings. Same dude. Get to know main character's life. Is there... Oh, thank God. Stella Noblaine. Yeah. It's the queen. Ezekiel Noblaine, king. Alice Noblaine is the princess. And Alexander Noblaine is the prince. Okay. Tyler William, Ty, is the main character. Lilac Luncitona. Okay, is the wizard. Kingdom. Limra. Rosalie. Corastei. And Cactrium. Town's real name. Acria Aption. Okay, I can vaguely pronounce these with help. So that. Apparently, I was on a fucking roll last time, guys. So, this first paragraph. Is this going to get. I think it's going to give more world building. I'm hoping this will as well. This I will continue. Good morning. Okay. We're skipping this because we just read that. Walking around and visiting Cactrium showed Ty so many new color combinations and how colorful and free everyone seems to be here. Okay, so super colorful town. Kids running around and playing, adults drawing on the street, and everyone seems to be partying without any actual party. Okay. Every building labeled by the colors on it and the archways that are used in order to reach the doors. Okay. Hello, the Shadow Legion. Welcome in. I am attempting to figure out a story that I have apparently written and figure out where I was going with it. I love your VTube. I had to follow if you didn't know. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, apparently I was rewriting this. Okay. That checks out because the first one was not well with world building. Not as well, I should say. But I think this will be better. I hope. I hope I get some done because I want to take some time to actually work on this. I think once I do all of these paragraphs, so we're going to be working on 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 4 of them. And then we're going to copy and paste it. And so there's a main character who likes going on adventures and is more emotion based and likes legends. And there's a legend about a former town that is apparently gone forever now. From like 300-ish years ago, it seems to be. And basically the town struck down someone and then it got abandoned. And he's now trying to find it by going through a forest and hearing a child's cry. And something said that they were true royals versus other royals. So I'm hoping there's specification somewhere for that. Because if not, I don't know why it says true royals. But, yeah, apparently true royals, king and queen, died one day from an illness that nobody knows about. And the prince and princess were both banished because someone else took over the kingdom. And now they're basically just figuring out the legend and seeing if it works. Or at least the main character is. That's what I have so far. So I'm guessing we're going to find the ghost town at some point. Oh, yep. Okay. There's apparently curses on the land. Without reading these. That's what I got so far. But I'm working on reading through this to see what kind of details I added in from this or just world building. You should do it as there are some people who still lives in the town and made up their own law or something. Sorry, not trying. Just trying to help. If anyone was there, it would basically have to be criminals or descendants of criminals. Because according to this very vague storyline, it struck down the new king and the third possible one, and determined that the town was to be left with no inhabitants. So, if anyone's there, they're going to be descendants of criminals. Especially from 300 years later. So, I don't know where I was headed with that, but I was headed somewhere. Okay, so for the very beginning, we're about here. So, looking for the library, he notices a building with yellow and red. Oh, which he learned not long ago means that it's a hotel or another place where you can stay when visiting. I mean, they would be outlaws, technically. You're good. You're fine. Good to know. After finding loads of buildings, he goes into one that another person said was the library. She had said to find a white building with loads of blues and greens on it. Okay. So places to stay are reds and yellows. Libraries are white with lots of blues and greens. Okay. Opening the library doors. So an archway door. Okay. Ty noticed how everyone is super respectful of the noise. So it's most likely quiet in there. Excuse me. Well, all the colors are high-pitched screams that never end. Their audible noise was non-existent aside from a couple whispers of "be right back" and "I'd like to check this out, please and thank yous." Okay. So, whoever these townspeople are very colorful, very respectful, and are very good at following directions, apparently. Ty decides to wait the line out at the librarian's desk. And let's just turn that up slightly so we can actually hear it a bit better. There we go, much better. Now you guys can also hear it. Ty decides to wait the line out at the librarian's desk and then goes to search for information on the kingdom of Limra. Limra? Yeah, Limra. Of Limra. Walking through the library with seemingly no destination, Ty doesn't wind up finding anything about the kingdom. Okay, so I'm wondering if this part was a flashback. Because it might have been. Doesn't wind up finding anything about the kingdom aside from a child's book that he already owns. Okay. He does notice, however, a group of small kids that look to be about 8 years old listening aptly to an adult reading a book about brushing their teeth. Good to know. Nodding to himself, he decides to go up to the library and ask for help. Okay. So, he tried to go through to look for them and couldn't. Okay. That makes sense. Slowly walking up to the librarian and waiting his turn in line, he gets there. The red-haired woman behind the library counter has gorgeous blue eyes. "Good morning, sir. Do you need help finding anything?" she asked politely, never looking up from her computer. Yes, please. Where do you keep the information about the kingdom of Limra, by chance? Ty murmurs, holding his paper from when he was a young boy. Okay. So, it's definitely an older one. Probably a stain paper. Probably partially ripped and torn, to be completely honest. Oh, those are kept in the upstairs of the library if you go up these stairs and to the right. They're right there, she replies, gesturing to the staircase. Okay. We have a whole section just dedicated to the kingdom of Limra, as well as all of the other legends surrounding it. She smiled at him before going. I don't like this sentence, and I don't know why. So, flashback? No. No. I want you to be regular. You. Okay. Okay, here we go. With above paragraph. So, I'm just adding different notes. No, make it actually good. Okay. My comments are not calm. I love it. Okay. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Ty whispers. Oh, thank you so much, Ty whispers back and nods with a grin of his own. Heading up the stairs, Ty follows her direction, heading straight to the right, where he notices a whole bookshelf dedicated to all the different books relating to the kingdom. Okay. Scanning the books one by one, he sees a lot of titles he recognizes and knows by heart or owns. He reword. Until the or owns, or in most cases, both. Until the last book he checks at the end of the bookshelf on the way left. Okay. Okay, so I did add it just straight to here, so it will work. Alright. Noticing the new book, he looks at the cover. Okay, before I continue, I am going to rewrite all of these. So I'm going to continue this first before I can, like, do anything with the comments I have. Because that's going to make it easier for me to see where I'm at and to see what I'm doing in this story. That's my personal take right now. But I figure if I do that, we can just do that. That'll be easier. Okay. Noticing the new book, he looks at the cover. Okay, that checks out. The Truth of the Red Princess and the Shadow Prince. I've never heard of this one, and I thought I read all of the books relating to the kingdom. So he's probably muttering to himself or something. By Lilac. Who's Lilac? Ty murmurs while looking. Yep. Murmurs while looking through the book gently and seeing what he could find. So it's an older book. Okay. Ah, it says she's a wizard and that she wrote this around 250 years ago. Okay, how come this is never sold anywhere? Nobody has ever seen it before, it seems. This is super weird, but alright. He mutters to himself, taking the book to the nearby table and sitting down to read it. Okay, so that tells me that in this library, upstairs and downstairs, archways for doors, has at least one staircase. And there's tables to sit at and read instead of couches or something. Okay, I can get behind all of that. Ty decides to read this book through a couple times in order to fully understand it and memorize it. He notices a lot of differences that are contradictory to what other books he's read about. So he decides to take out a notebook and pencil, writing down the title of the book as well as the author on the first page, noting down the differences and where it's contradictory and what it's contradicting. So probably to other stories, story titles, those authors, fun stuff. Sorry, making sure my friends' streams are up so I can support the homies. Everyone's got to support the homies always. No regrets. I am also not knocking on anyone's stream. Okay. Noting down the actual names of the royal family as well as what happened to them. According to at least 3 other books, they passed due to a plague. However, according to this, they passed due to a true royal family only curse. So, I'm wondering if that's what I meant by true royal. Like, does it specify for that? I'm guessing. What makes this different from any other plague or curse? Why are they true royals instead of just royals? What's the difference? Thank you! Okay. Why is it a curse here but a plague everywhere else? According to others, there was a plague going on everywhere at the time, but yet this never mentions a plague. Not noticing the time goes by, he finishes redrawing the map exactly as it was in the book into his notebook. And the librarian from earlier comes up to him and murmurs that it's closing time and he needs to go. Of course, miss, I'm sorry, I'll be heading out now. Ty replies just as quietly as she had. Okay. Nodding to each other, Ty quickly packs up his things as the librarian picks up the book and he leaves, not noticing her confused reaction. I don't need to add that. That's when it happens. The book suddenly vanishes from her hands. She vows to never speak of it again. As that's going on, Ty manages to walk back through the streets, noticing that a lot of people are now inside. It seems only young adults or teenagers are outside currently in the dusk setting. Okay. Okay. Comment. Magic book. Does it appear again? Outside, slightly more description. Almost empty. Still rather packed. Are the lights on in the homes? Anything pop out from the homes? Okay. So that's not too bad. Okay. So this is just him getting to... I'm gonna have to delete this. Fuck. rename 2 and 3. Okay. And then, okay. Can I describe the book better? Out. Ooh. She fits into this. What was it written with? Okay. Add subtab. Okay. Copy. Rename. Para 4. Paste. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna have to change this. Edit. Add details until he reaches the hotel. Okay. We got this, guys. Possibly. Nope, we got this. I really freaking hope. Alright. Taking his bag off and putting it to the chair. Opening his oddly square door. Comment. Most doors are archways. Maybe better wording. Opening. Tie the room. Deep sage green for walls, side from the oceanic blue one. He notices he has a deep red king bed. I'm trying to add the color so I at least have some more idea. Honestly, I may also build this in The Sims. Maybe. At least somewhat, so I have more of an idea. So I can make it look better, I guess. Alright. Light wood desk. A shing wood and red chair. Red floor chair. Because I feel like that adds a bit more descriptiveness. So it's not just, it's a chair. Is it one with the legs? Is it one with not? I mean, most places it has the legs. But some just don't. And that's okay. Well, as other amenities. Okay. Amenities. Looting. I'm gonna have to reword this, but that's a later April issue. Might not even be this stream. Who knows, guys? Who fucking knows? Amenities including a suite that's surprisingly tame color wise, so it's probably going to be muted colors, maybe some yellow, but that's okay. That's surprisingly tame color wise. A kitchenette. Okay. With a fridge. Sink. Fridge, sink, and not. What are those things? I don't know. Built-in microwave. Comment. Where's the thing? Some microwave or oven. But it's yanked! Hello! How was your stream? That seems to be very short. Okay. Okay. Awa awa. There you go. Are you happy? Twitch was angry at Yanked for existing. Ah! Okay. Okay, that checks out. Twitch servers refuse to even let me exist. Oh no. Sorry, Twitch did that. Twitch servers fully yanked for real. Yeah, I can see. We're currently... That's not my neighbor. Okay. Let me get my list. My list of games. I am currently watching your stream in 180p. Oh, lovely. Does Twitch just hate you today, Yanked? That's not my neighbor. Okay, so either after stream or tomorrow, I am not allowed. I'm just not allowed to be a good bean. No, apparently not. Not today. Oh, sweet. Even better. That makes it immediately much more likely. Online only, so no download needed. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, just DM it to me. We found a story in my Google Docs, and we're rewriting it, so it's actually good and not as crappy. And I'm just adding myself a ton of comments. Oh, that's okay. Thank you for follow. And, I'm just trying to get these down. Oh god, I lied. Is $3. Okay, $3 isn't bad, though. Much expense. There was one game I played yesterday on stream that I really enjoyed. And, what was it? It was a really short game, too. Oh, A Night at the Watermill. I feel like you would like it, but I would get it on sale. Easily. But yes, but it's similar to Children of Silent Town, but actually doable. It's but a bit spookier. Yeah. I will send you link. It was spoopy, but it's a point and click. Because we both know April can't do the combat unless it's like turn-based. So, very, very fast game. But I was going for achievements. I think I have one left or something. But IDK name. Yeah, right now I'm taking this poorly written, 6 paragraph thing and making it into more paragraphs. So, like, these are a different color than the rest of these, and I'm just adding, like, different comments so I can alter it as needed to make it actually better. Apparently I turned this and paragraph 3 into this, which still good. Oh yeah. No, make it actually good is a crazy comment. Right? Like, if I heard no, make it actually good from anyone else, I would be like, no, it's not. I'm sorry. And I wouldn't take it well. But me just telling myself, no, make it good. Just, oh, okay. I'll reword it. Got that. Also, currently, to pretty much anyone, I agree, make it actually good, as most things you write are actually good. The baseline idea of this seems really good, but anything with dialogue is what I fucking suck at. Hello, do know you then? And I'm just like, okay. Oh, speaking of yanked, did you know that Kazu has a very good Pokemon fan fiction? And if I had Kazu's permission, I would show it on stream and read it on stream because it's just that good. I can write because doesn't involve Vaporeon. No. Yanked. It really fucking doesn't. We talked about this, not again. Yanked. It's literally just OCs going on an adventure. And, like, what happens. It's actually really well written. Like, I think it's 2 different Google Docs. Vaporeon deserves better. Doesn't matter that it's better. There's no Lopunny or Vaporeon from what I recall. Sorry, I'm also typing into chat. And, April Brain, no. Oh god, not the card for what? No. Literally, starter Pokemon. Gets them, goes on an adventure with a friend. Literally the Galar games, but, like, different characters instead of Hop and your other rivals, I guess. I swear to you, it is not inappropriate. I take a shower and things have changed. No Art the Clown? Oh God, not the... Yanked! The fuck? No Art the Clown? Yeah, welcome in, Berg, to... Twitch apparently hates Yanked. Yeah. Yeah, Twitch hates Yanked. If you're... Also do it. Pin. So. Oh. Now Twitch tells me, because I had your Twitch stream open. So. Imagine writing your own channel. So the amount of times I've done that, Berg, is actually absurdly high. It's not even funny. It's just absurdly fucking high. I just open the homies streams, and I gotta support the homies. Gotta support all the homies. Always. But don't worry, Berg. If you were live, we would be rating you today, in all likeliness. Hehe. Okay, so back to attempting to write this. I mean, yeah. You gotta support the homies, man. Double comment. I was gonna go live. I mean, if you want to, go for it. I'm not stopping for probably another hour or two, at least. So... change some wording. Describe better. Just make it good. Prob still will. Okay. Like I said, go for it. Okay, so I have that for amenities. A kitchenette, sig, fridge, and built-in thingy. Not a microwave, but it's similar to it, but not an oven. Similar to it. It's like the in-between thingy, but I don't know what that is. So, that's for later April to figure out. Built into the cabinets. Yanked. It be built into cabinets. Nope. Not an air fryer. No. How is it... Is dishwasher gonna heat up food? Yanked. That warms/cooks the food. Possibly Japanese heat fridge. People have cooked fish in dishwashers in the past. They're gonna be heating up chicken and veggies. So yeah, no, not a dishwasher. Also, they're in a hotel. Why would the cooked food... What the hell? No. I feel like that would end so poorly. Ads scoff. It'd be funny if they cooked the food in the coffee pot. He had it in plastic bags? Okay. My luck, that bag gonna rip. Have a good lurk, Berg. Okay. Back to writing. Or attempting to. Okay, so I have more detail in the room. It's on Food Theory somewhere if you're interested. Good to know. I will not be cooking anything in those because I would burn the entire place. I am living in down with my luck. And it's cold outside. Have you seen the YouTube about how to cook chicken by slopping it? I've heard of that, but I have not seen it. I have heard of it. Okay. So I did some research, and all I could find was combi microwave. Maybe combi microwave. I'm like, I can picture it in my head. I'm just dumbass. Alright. I put one sentence into this so far. Walking in, he shuts the door gently as he can to avoid waking others nearby. I know, that's why I brought it up. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. You would need super skilled thing to do that. I gotta support the homies, guys. I gotta support the homies. Food Theory and Style Theory are my favorite of the 4 channels. This does it to completion. Shows the robotic side of it. Okay. We're closing that out. Hydrate. Keto nerd. Cute, but still nerd. I mean, facts. Hydrate. Okay. Gotta support all the homies. All the homies. Walking in, he shuts the door as gently as he can to avoid waking others nearby. Okay, good sentence. Leads to while going to his bed, he kicks off his shoes and takes his bag off before flopping onto the bed. Yeah. Continuing. Okay, so this is insane. Everything I've learned so far is being contradicted in that library book. Food and Style Theory have more actual experiments, and I like that aspect of it. They're also more practical knowledge to have. That's fair. I knew food theory was a thing. I did not know about anything else for that. Okay, okay. Ads I sadly cannot snooze right now. I wish I could. I really do. Sometimes Twitch doesn't play them. If they don't, awesome. If they do, I'm sorry. But I physically cannot snooze them anymore. So, Everything I've learned so far is being contradicted in that library book. Twitch ads are rude. So rude, for real. Yeah. Yeah. Especially with only so many snoozes. And I used the last one because it was like right after you guys. Or no, it was like 5 minutes ago. And I was like, I'm not doing this yet. Okay. What if is most is that the stream still goes on in the background? Yeah. Like, at least with videos and VODs, you don't have to deal with that, but the Berg is live. Good to know. We'll be opening that stream. We're just gonna open this. Just gonna open that. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. Like, at all. Okay. No. Ads! Fuck off! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sadly, I cannot. Just stream sniping everyone today. Myself included. Alright. This is insane. Everything I've learned so far is being contradicted in that library book. What if I figure out everything? What if I place up everything being contradicted? How it's being contradicted? No. Just no. That's the comment. Just no. I don't like that wording, but that's why it's just no. How it's being contradicted. Ads are over. Welcome back from ad hell. We have not gotten very far. We went from this to what if I place up everything? That's a no. I don't like that wording, but I can't think of anything else better right now. Being contradicted. How it's being contradicted. Books predict and what science / history / geography seems to show. I will be rewording this. The fuck? Refuted? I don't know. This is just me trying to do this and not having my shit together, like, at all. It's fine. I'm human disaster. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's fine by me. I just looked up synonyms of contradicted. Ooh. It's not the contradicted part that I dislike. But I might reword. Reword. I can't type. E-word. I love that I'm just giving myself comments of, get your shit together. No, make it good. Better wording. Like that's just great. That's exactly how it's going today, guys. It's wow, I really can't talk. We're just gonna I love Liz. But we're redoing that. April bullies herself for however long the stream is. You're not wrong. But you don't need to say it. But to be fair, there are some nice comments like this. And this and these. And this. No. And this. Some of them are nice. Some of them are nice. It's okay. Hey, mutters. Slowly peeling himself off bed. Opening the very detailed curtains. I'm just immediately gonna comment. Constructive criticism versus not so constructive. Correct. More to but more fancy form of curtains from book Sims 4. Okay. And this is just, hey, here's how you build it. Because I have to get rid of all my custom content again because it's all fucking corrupted until I get all the updates because Sims 4 is updating so much right now, and yay. You see a beautiful night sky filled with yippee updates. Exactly. I have updated it so much, and it's to the point where the Grim Reaper rewards never fully loaded for me. So it got to the point of I'm stuck at this and I can't physically move ahead in it, and it's really early on. But I don't want to miss out on most of those rewards because that's from week 1. But it won't let me go further. Which, it's literally just planting 2 plants, and it will not let me say I got those. Even though I have 4. 2 of each. But no, I don't have them at all. Thanks, Sims. Love that. Filled with... Yeah, I'm gonna have to fuck around with it later. By later. Sims is also rude. Yeah. I'm gonna have to fuck around with it, see if I can figure it out. Probably tomorrow? Maybe Sunday? I don't really know. Filled with lines of buildings and a park. Okay. Okay, that's fine. going to the desk, pulling and dragging his bag next to him. Okay. We're on the third one. From like the first, from like finally maybe the second sentence. So at least there's that. There is that, at least. Yeah, yippee! Okay. Pulling his usual writing stuff. His usual note-taking items of his travel sized. I want a blue notebook. I don't know. Let's do brown for now. But I can change the color later. Attached. Wow, I can't type. Or spell, apparently. That's okay. Yeebee! Pen. And a yellow. No, green. I want a green highlighter. Lighter gets to work. So, okay, I need to add that in. Words means thoughts. Green and purple highlighters. Personally, I like my green ones and my pink ones and my blue ones and my orange ones and my red ones. I'm not huge on purple, but I do have purple highlighters. Okay. Literally anything but yellow. Quite literally, yes. I have yellow ones because they came in the package, but like I have pastel ones. I also have erasable ones. I just have a lot of things. I like them. I like the colors. So, according to this, Ty's thoughts trail off, and he finished writing down all of it. Glancing up, he looks at his phone for the time and realizes it's midnight. No. Not again. This is gonna be a typical Ty problem. But I like that because it gives a lot of personality to him, I guess, is the best description. And personality is honestly really good, especially for our main character. Not again. Size getting up and stretching before warming up his chicken, rice, and veggies before eating them and getting ready for as well as going to bed. I don't like how that's worded. But this is just trying to get everything down on paper. And by paper, I mean Google Docs. Because with this, I have a lot more information to work with. Ah, fuck. Okay. I will be right back. I will play ads. Writing on paper hurts my wrist. I love writing on paper. But anyway, I will be right back. I have to go potty. Alright. I am back. There we go, OBS. You were struggling there for a minute. Okay. And getting ready. Okay, rewarding that. Thank you. Next awakens the sun shining on his face. So, did not close the curtains based on that. Which is A-okay. Might have forgotten. Computer, let me type. And he picks up his phone off the nightstand. Checking the time. Sunshine directly into his eyes. Basically, yeah. 7:21. That's not horrible. I am going for so many details at this point. But this is more so because this let it exist. This is adding more detail. These are some sort of criticism, some constructive, some not. But it's also allowing me to improve it afterwards and figure it out. I love that the first one has 3 and then the next one has 2. For 2 paragraphs it takes over. And we're on another paragraph and we're not close to done and there's 9. It's great. If that's not clear to where I'm at compared to normal. But that's okay, because tomorrow, April, or Sunday, April, can figure this the fuck out. Doing great. Thanks. Sign keys up. And debates what to do first. Apparently never changed into other clothes last night. I'm still in my sweaty travel clothes. I need to shower, eat, brush, and try to find the book again. What to do first? I eventually... do I want you warming up food? No, I'm not gonna describe it yet. Ready and ready. How? I don't know what I'm in the mood for that. For world building. Because, like, do they have cereal? If they do, is it common? Is it uncommon? Do most people not have it? Like, the decisions. Maybe. I'm probably not doing a specific food, but more of, do I want it to be cooked? Do I want it to be warmed up? What time period is the story set in? Who knows? Your guess is as good as mine. So based on the literal story within the story, there's true royals, so royal families, kingdoms from about 300 years ago. And adventuring has always been a thing. So it could be an isekai? However the fuck you pronounce it. I can't today. Or it could be British. That's fair, too. I don't know how... They have a monarchy still. That is true. I don't know how much technology I've put into the story. No. Wait. That's a lie. What did I... No. Computer. So they have a computer now. But the royal family was from 300 years ago. So if there's computers, there's probably phones. But based on this place, I don't think they're iPhones or Androids. Probably more of a Nokia type phone. I don't know. So, computers, but probably not the best. Common day computers, older phones, no iPhone or Androids yet. Whenever that'll be. But hey, who knows, man? Your guess is as good as mine. I'll figure that out later. Although, maybe I don't have to. Because I could easily have it placed in Britain. I could. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I might not even pick a time. Because I know that's doable. Because technically, My Hero Academia has no guaranteed time. I find it better to have a clear time and place set to build the story better. See, if I pick that first, I add a ton of details that I don't need to add. About, like, clothing and all that stuff. And how their hair looked and how everything's set up. And then it's just like, well, why don't you just build it since you already have all this? But if I do it too late, then I just don't have one. So, I don't know. But if I don't have one, how do I need to keep it consistent, at least. At least. And watches. You don't need to add it, but it immerses the reader more. That is true. That is very true. The small yet function. I'm adding a TV. I'm adding the TV. So it's at least enough that there's electronics, which is perfectly fine. I give all these tips for writing, and yet I can't even pass English class. I feel that. English class and writing are two different things. Unless your teacher was like mine, in which case they would be like, oh, yeah, no, we're writing a story. And they're like, what the do you mean we're writing a story? And I'm just like, hell yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, sweet. The earliest you can have this set is the 1990s when the computers became a common household items. Okay. Edit. Earliest 1990s. Okay. To watch his ads. Stuff. Oh, hell yeah, I have a snooze left. I have a singular snooze for 5 minutes, guys. Watch his cartoons. While eating. After finishing, he takes a long 20-minute shower. So not a long shower person. Very short shower person, but we're going to make it long this time. Changes. washes and gets ready for the day. TV would likely be one of them box TVs. So I was actually thinking of that. I was literally thinking like a box TV on like a dresser or something is what I was thinking of. So that would actually fit perfectly with that. That would be fitting perfectly. Okay, I have the rain going for another almost 2 hours. So we got another almost 2 hours. Hell yeah. Alright. Okay. Oh, hell yeah. I'm on the next paragraph. Okay, that... rename... and 5. 1990s London or something, maybe. I am absolutely changing this. Wait, I'm renaming this again. Four. And para 5, but weird. Okay. British people call TVs tellies. Good to know. So copy this. Like I said, you can tell by my comments to myself that I'm 1000% going back through here. I just haven't gotten to that point. Alright. Sides. Decided. Don't decides. So first stop of day should be the library again. Walking back the vaguely familiar path. There. He nods to the librarian, who is as pale as a ghost. Which confuses him until she motions him forward. British translations presented by yours truly. Biscuits equals cookies. Chips equals fries. Crisps equals chips. Biscuits and cookies I can understand. That's fuck off. I wish I could snooze you, but I literally cannot. Chips equals fries. I don't know why you would do that to yourself. Crisps equals chips. If chips equals fries, then what are fries? Are they just fries? What are, like, why? Why would you call them chips? What do you call a potato? Chip maker? Like, I know it's technically a potato still, but still. Like, why? Potatoes are still potatoes. Good. Potatoes deserve all the love that they don't really need, but they should have. Okay. Is something wrong, miss? Gotta be all posh and fancy, of course. I like their accents. That's fair. Spur. That book you had. It just vanished. I was just holding it, and it was gone. Where did you find it? I know. I'm sorry. If I could snooze them more, I would. I swear. I do like. Yippee! Ads are over! Yippee! I love that they're over for you. Yeah, Twitch sometimes doesn't even play them, so that's also great. Flies shakily. Mean. Found it. Unfortunately, I have no such luck. I understand. I also don't have that luck. I've just had other people tell me that they've had that luck. And I'm like, alright, dude. That's fine, man. Like, ooh, I like this sound more. I like this sound more. I'm not gonna lie, I have all the sound from Chill Corner on, and I just have the music paused so that I don't hear that. Show offs. And I'm just like, alright. And then other streamers are just like, oh yeah, sometimes ads don't play. And I'm like, what? And then, because like, mind you, ad revenue is not something that small streamers make much from. Like, we literally make cents. From a 3 to 4 hour stream, I make maybe 3 cents from that for ads, for all the ads. I'm like, man, it's not a ton. On this, let me type. Twitch should give a choice. They should, but I also understand, like, hey, actually, no. We're letting you earn money. This is perfectly, like, I'm not shocked by it. Do I wish they would give a choice? Yes. Do I think they ever will? No. No, I do not. Once you start making money from it, you're making money from other stuff too, because you're almost guaranteed to be a partner. Found on the shelf other books. It is at the end on the. They probably get money from ads too. They definitely do. They get more than we do, in all likeliness. But every time we get paid, even by viewers, unless it's through something other than Twitch, so like bits, subs, that fun stuff, they get money from that too. So I am not surprised by that whatsoever. Hide. The shelf down the top. You mean it in hand and just poofed? Never heard of that happening. Sirs, the king librarian with his own unsure response. Yeah. Okay. I'm happy because this is all I will have left. And at this point, I just need to take the last few sentences and reword it. Because this is going back to the library. This just has so many comments. This does not have as many comments, but I will need to change it. But that's okay. This I can redo pretty easy. So I am happy with that. But once I make all the changes, maybe this weekend, maybe another weekend, I don't know. Is it? No. It will not be next Saturday. Because next Saturday, so not tomorrow, which is the 2nd, but the 9th will be Balloon Day in my server. So people who want to play balloons can play balloons, and there's balloon area for it. This is off him. Smile. Trying. OMG, silly monkey game. Yeah. I'm making every second Saturday in my server Balloon Day, and I do play it on stream sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. Honestly, I don't know if I want to play monkey game next Friday and then have a whole monkey day. I might do that the week after. Yeah, so the 15th, I would play monkey game. They decide to together, reaching the spot where. Yeah. But yes, Balloon time is literally just free to everyone who wants to play Balloon. I will probably be in and out playing it myself as well that day. So, originally found it was here yesterday. Where? I don't know why would vanish. Why it appeared for me. Have you ever seen it before? Asks. I'm gonna change how they're, because I'm not doing asks and said and the same way. Hello, Ginger! Welcome to attempting to write when April is kind of eepy. it leads to April giving comments to self that is not always constructive or kind. How are you, Ginger? Her. Calmly. Okay. It's been here for. We've never seen it. Woke up from accidental naps. I understand. But sometimes that's just what you need to do. Honestly, I almost took a nap today, and then I was like, you know what? Might as well. And then I just set an alarm for 7 o'clock, so I'd have a half hour to be fully ready for stream. And then I could never fall asleep. That's okay. That's okay, though. Because going to eat soon anyway. Whenever the sound you hear in the background is Chill Corner. And whenever the noise stops, because it was originally at like really down for the Ruthless Head, and next thing, boom. I understand. I had it set for like 3 hours or something, 2 or 3 hours, or 2.5. So, like, I'm just gonna keep going till it's done, or till I'm about to pass out. Whichever comes first. All my here. Being here since I was child. Have been coming. It or yeah, no matter all of my my searching. Probably should fix the grammar. Maybe reword it to the two wordlessly decided on going to spell the book. I hope it shouldn't be found. Okay. Two wordlessly decided on going to the spot where thought the book had been originally found. Thanks. And been through here. Been through here. The entire building since I could walk. Even if the books. Role playing with AI bots really improves my reading skills, honestly. Honestly, I am half tempted to roleplay with an AI bot, but I just haven't yet. Although that would involve actually sitting down at my computer and doing something other than doing my dailies in games. And that's 90% of my night until I go to bed. Is the only issue. You think buddies ever buddy who I've spoken to have seen it before either? Woman says, slowly calming down and regaining her color. Has. Okay. I've been using talkie. The amount of sexual. Okay, but I do make my own eyes and they're not. Good. AI bots don't deserve that. They deserve better. Okay. Okay. Let's sit down and I have 11, I believe. Nice. Is in. Which shapes her? No. I don't want. One of them has 79 connectors, so 78 for people have talked to that AI of mine. Nice. It's crazy. Yeah. I fully understand that. I fully understand that. Ooh, I don't want or need to know about anything that was. I make them for myself, but I leave it on public so people can use them. Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Was book. It randomly appeared and magically vanished. It's gone, and I actually got a comment complimenting my art not long ago. Nice! You can also use your AIs. Ooh, nice. Nice. I love that for you. It's gone, and I will never. Can you let me type, computer? For seeing it again. I'd rather. I don't want or need to know anything that was in that book. It randomly appeared and magically vanished. It's gone. I will never be seeing it again. I'd rather forget that book appeared in the first place. To be honest. Murmurs is a reply. This is probably not going to be as good because it's dialogue, and dialogue is not my forte in writing. I'm not great at dialogue. I'm better at poems because it does not involve dialogue. But even then, I'm not great at poems. But that's okay. It's not problem. Depends on the type of poem, really. None of the poems I write ever have dialogue for a reason. I cannot dialogue. But, yeah. I don't even remember all the types of poems. I need to relearn that. We before they off auctions. Since book is gone. There's not. Can I type? That about it. I know haiku, epic poems, whichever. Because I'm still in school. I know about haikus. There's the ones that are 1 2 1 2 3 4 3 4 1 2 1 2. I don't know the exact name of it. It's just the ones rhyme, the twos rhyme, so and so forth. There's diamond poems. So like top and bottom are the smallest, middle is the most, and you have to match like two very different things. Like I don't know, day and night. I only know because we had an English assignment of writing it, and I wrote one about Espeon and Umbreon. Yeah, I wrote one about Espeon and Umbreon, so my teacher had to read it. And we were at the time in a religious school, and mind you, most of my teachers were like, Pokemon's stupid. April should not be into this anymore. And this teacher was like, you know what? I'm gonna read it. If it's well written, gets a good grade. Like, if it's well written, it's well written. And with no knowledge on Pokemon, they read it and they said that it was extremely well written and that they could actually understand exactly what my point was, plus some, and could vaguely figure out Espeon was like more of a day or morning. Yippee! Exactly. And that Umbreon was more of a night. And thing, and I was like, yeah, actually, literally. That's exactly it. And he's like, yeah, you did a great job, April. So, but then I had other teachers who would be like, oh, you've related it to this other thing? Well, it has Pokemon, so I'm not going to read it, and you have to redo the whole assignment. And I'm like, this is garbage. You didn't read it. So, if I ever had that issue, I had to quite literally either be like, so, what about this part? And bring up a part that I related to it that was not necessarily Pokemon, or was, but mostly about something else. And then they'd be like, what? That wasn't in there. I'm like, really? Because it's right here. I literally pulled, like, they pulled it out and I showed them, like, right here. And they're like, oh, like, just because you see Pokemon doesn't mean it's not well written or well researched. I'm still doing the work. It's just Pokemon related. Because otherwise, I'm probably not going to do it and I'd fail all my classes. So, but I did have that teacher for quite a while. I think I had that teacher every single year in high school, and I loved that teacher. I would love that teacher again. Like, that teacher was great. 10 out of 10 recommend. Gone. There's no reason. Yeah. I may as well. Back to the hotel. Figure some of this out. That. But yeah, so I absolutely love that teacher. I had a couple other teachers. One of them was like, "Oh, it's Pokemon." And they're like, "Oh, wait." And after like the first time or second time, they're like, "Wait, it's Pokemon, but it's April. I'm gonna read it just to see how much effort goes into it." And like, I had a couple teachers that would do that, but one of them was science, and let me tell you this: April and science are not good friends. I I barely passed science. I was not good at it. It is not my forte. I will say that flat out. It was not my forte. Um, yeah, it was just not. Biology was the worst for me. Um, Biology was not great. Any sort of science, though, I was not good at because I was like, what does this even mean? And, like, mind you, so I'm pretty sure the only reason I didn't fail is. What the fuck? Okay, so chemistry seems to have more math. And, like, if I can write out my issues, I can figure them out better. But if I can't write out my issues, then I'm kind of screwed, is really what it means. Okay. So we're going to end that there. So that's a good amount of paragraphs, but it's also dialogue attempts. Okay, so era 6. So copy. I've always been good at math. See, I I was not necessarily good at math, but I, as you can guess, played a lot of Pokemon. And due to my Pokemon, I was actually not horrible at math. I did pretty decent. I got like typically 80s or so, high 70s to low 90s, but typically around like 80s, in the 80s. And I kid you not, all of my knowledge of math comes from Pokemon. Because when you're trying to figure out the chances of getting a shiny Pokemon, chances of getting a good nature, best ways to change nature, best natures to change to, IVs, EVs, all that fun shit. There are so many math problems. Here, Google Pokemon math. No. No, not what I mean. Chance. Pokemon. Chances to find a shiny. Math problem. I just believed in my Pokemon. I had boosting out every type. That's fair. So, there was like a whole math problem. There was a whole math problem. I don't know where it is. Okay, here's some of it. So, yeah. My strategy is literally Leon's from Sword and Shield. That's fair. That's also a good reason. He is 1 through. Yeah, because, like, boosts, everything else, all that. Plus eggs. This is just a whole bunch of math. Will Bulbapedia have any better answers? Yeah, there's different rates in different generations. Um, okay, no. Um, terminology. Don't care about that. There's different designs, different that. Different. Being shiny is determined by a Pokemon's DVs, equivalent to IVs from Generation 3 onward. So that even changes it even more. Yeah, because there's the base rate. Breeding a shiny Pokemon if the offspring is the opposite gender. And then the pseudo method. Yippee. Fun shit. Poke Radar, which depends on the generation, which it wasn't really many generations. Forcing a gender with cute charm. One generation. Yeah. No, ads. I know, I'm sorry. But, like, these are all different, like, and this is just, like, base. This doesn't involve everything. Because in this, we're also, if we have shiny charm, we gotta add it to other stuff. So, let's say we have a massive mass outbreak. And we have the shiny charm. These guys did the math here, but they didn't always do the math. So it was just this difficult, and you had to figure this out on your own. So, like, yippee. And if you had Generation 6, the hidden, or not the hidden Pokemon, the Friend Safari with the shiny charm, you then had to consecutate those two together, which these guys did here, thankfully, but wasn't always the case. I've been freed from math hell. Welcome back to math hell now. But yeah, so I was, like, doing this shit off the top of my head. And then my teacher was like, April, you don't understand the stuff I say in class. And I was like, oh, I was figuring out this. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, so these are the base chances. These are the updated chances with this specific item, as well as how to get that specific item. And is it worth it? Which is a whole nother math equation. And then we added it to this, which is a more equation, because you figure out both, and then you have to figure out how to get them together, because different denominators for different things, so then you got to figure it all out. And I just kind of do it. And then you got to figure out the chances of their IVs, EVs, natures, and then actually making sure it's the mon you want. And my teacher just looked at me and goes, okay, that actually, she goes, that makes no sense. I don't know how you learn, like, at that point, I'd just pass you, but I'd probably be teacher. So, the teacher didn't just pass me, like, I still had to do the work, but my teacher, like, never questioned me on my math skills again. That teacher just never questioned me on math skills ever again. And was like, alright. And mind you, my classmates were like, April, what the fuck? You don't know any of this stuff. And my teacher just looked at them and goes, unless you want to hear a whole thing about Pokemon and how she understands through Pokemon, you could do that on your own time. She'd literally just be like, you guys discuss that on break. So then kids from my class asked me, and I told them, like, so you know how I play Pokemon, right? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, we think it's weird, but yeah. And I'm like, so there's this fraction, and then you have to make it to this fraction, and then you have to combine those fractions, and then you have to add this other stuff. And they're like, oh God, April, never mind, we're done. I'm like, okay, then leave me alone. And they're like, all right. So then they stopped questioning me on this shit. And then the guys in my class were just like, oh yeah, we play Pokemon too, but... And they're like, wait, you shiny hunt? I'm like, yeah. Do you not? And they're like, no. I'm like, oh, okay. So they played Pokemon, but extremely casually. So... And then... Another year, I had a different math teacher. And they're like... They got mad because I worked ahead. I'm like, but I understand this. I used to, but then I realized, like, I can't people. I need Pokemon. Because at the time, I did not realize that VTubing was a thing. Because I always wanted to be a streamer, but not with, like, my actual face or an actual camera of me. So, like, this makes it so much better. This is quite literally what I've always wanted to do. Ever since I was a small child. I was like, oh no, I want to stream, but, like, not with my face. I don't want a camera. And I'm like, now I'm like, maybe I'll eventually get a camera. But, okay, so, I wouldn't be able to have my face on stream either, don't worry. Yeah, I would never. Once, oh, this changed color. Do. Black. Yeah, I was just like, I can't. But, fun fact, I've always wanted to stream, but without my face. So, I finally get to stream, even if it's without my face, which is exactly what I wanted. So I'm super proud and happy with myself and being able to do it. Once back in the hotel room, sits down at the desk and adds some notes. So it appeared yesterday at some point, and after I left, the librarian picked it up and magically vanished. Why did it appear for me? Why did it vanish? Unless this is exactly what I need in order to find the... But yeah, that's the story of how I traumatized some teacher with Pokemon. And then I did have one teacher tell me that, my thing wasn't actual realistic enough, and I looked them dead in the eye, and I'm like, well, I didn't respond that time because I was not happy, but my parent was like, April, the heck is wrong? And so I told them, and, like, it takes a while. I don't talk when I'm about to cry, or I'm super sad. I just don't. And they were like, yeah, no. And we're like, hi, did you read April's thing? Yeah. And the teacher was like, yeah, exactly. Like, it's just, I can't. And the teacher's like, well, of course. And so my parent was like, so you don't think mental health is a realistic thing and you're married to a police officer? And flat out, the teacher was like, well, it's Pokemon, it's not mental health. And my parent was just like, literally, read the first paragraph. She relates it to it. And according to my other child, so April's sibling, who a couple of years older than me, and April's other parent, it's also perfectly cited, even by your standard. And the teacher's like, well, no, it's not. And the teacher, like, tried denying it. And so the teacher was like, no, you have to redo the whole thing. And I'm like, you make us do an entire essay every single week, and you don't want me to write it about mental health and how Pokemon Go especially helped it? Yeah. And I'm just like, sir, not how that works. And my classmates found out, and they're like, are you going to rewrite it, April? And I was like, no. I'm not rewriting it. If that teacher wants to tell me to my face again that mental health is not a thing, they can feel free to believe that, but mental health is quite literally a thing. I wouldn't either, because that's bullshit. Yeah, exactly. And they're like, well, and they told me, like, well, I'll give you a 0 if you don't rewrite it. And I'm like, okay, I still won't fail your class. We do essays every week, so it can't be worth too much. And on top of that, it is well written. And, like, mind you, the teacher did wind up eventually reading it and giving me a grade, but, like, refused to admit it because we didn't get the essays back, but you could always check the grades. And my parent was like, oh yeah, you got, like, it was like 85 or 90 on it. And I'm pretty sure my parent called the other teacher that regularly read my stuff, because they were more in charge, and they're like, no, read April's thing, because even if it says Pokemon, it's probably not super Pokemon based, or it's perfectly cited, as you asked. So, never wound up rewriting it. Just a fun fact. Okay, back to the actual story. Pretty sure teachers can't discriminate. Yeah. That teacher basically said, it's not realistic. Because anytime that teacher saw Pokemon or anything they saw as not real, they would say, oh, it's not realistic enough, and I wanted a realistic essay, and they'd use it as that. And even my classmates and other teachers were just like, no, just let April cook. She got this. She don't need it to be fake, imaginary. She can relate it to Pokemon. Promise you that. Even the principal was just like, just relate it to it. I really don't care. That teacher can bum or something, because that's literally not allowed. Yeah, I know. But, you know, smaller April was not doing that. Because I had that teacher for like 3 classes every single day. I was not dealing with it. Yeah. I went to a smaller school, so it was also a very small school, as in my class was the largest, and there was less than 50 people in my class, and we were combined through all of high school. Yeah, it was not the best time. Alright, story. Once back in the hotel room, Ty sits back down at the desk and adds some notes. Yeah. So it appeared yesterday at some point, and after I left, the librarian picked it up and it magically vanished. Why did it appear for me? Why did it vanish? Unless it's exactly what I need in order to find the lost town. Pulling out the map. Ty notices some differences. Is in it compared to other maps. This map says that. Does the forest have a town name? No. That. Actually. No. That. The forest isn't between towns and up against the ocean side. Shows that there's an entire town once you get through it. This is where I'll start. Getting some food, eating it. After eating out at a restaurant. How do I keep spelling this wrong? Rest a your aunt. Okay. I get the U and where it goes mixed up. Okay, that checks out. All right. That's highly rated among the locals. Ty starts preparing to head out. Food. Let's see. I have enough food for weeks. Not actual. Look into how much food is easily carryable for long distance hikes / walks. Enough water. And all of my camping gear, as well as for all of my needs. Okay. Okay, we got this, guys. Very possibly. Very possibly. With that, did I just type L instead of I? No, I did not. Ty heads out into nature with random map. Okay, we're going to do it so it gets to the forest. Okay, I have to go to the bathroom again. I will be running an ad during bathroom break, and I will be right back. are back. Doing that. Okay. Says an hour left, but I'm probably not going to go that far. I don't know. I might. Much food. Okay. Looking through after walking through town. Thank you. And as well as through the plains and desert. Through the desert. Plains. Between a desert and plains. Excuse me. Like, I want it to kind of be an out thing for that, I guess. I don't know. I think I want to do that. Okay, good. We've had 2 full water bottles. 2 full 23.7 fluid ounce water bottles since starting stream. Through the plane, through the plains. I reached a forest area with very few people around. Looking around, he notices everyone avoiding the forest and just camping in front of it. Okay. Okay. So here's the goal now. Get through this and then probably raid because I am super eepy now. Super eepy. So Ty decides to eat a snack and when he hears cry. Nobody else seems disturbed, but keeps hearing it. The cry never seems to end. What's worse is seems to be a child's cry. Around, he doesn't see any kids, and he seems to be the youngest one there. Debating for a second, he decides he's gonna help the child whenever he finds them. Wait. Stock up and go in. Okay. explores the forest. Okay. I'm wondering if I made the crying the ghosts of the prince and princess, because that sounds like something I would do. That sounds exactly like something I would do. Whenever he finds them. So, he heads towards the crying into the forest of the forgotten. Okay. Some to see him heading in and look puzzled. After all, they think it's just the ocean, the other side. And even then, that area has quite a few large rocks, kinda blocking it off. Twitch. Auditory hallucinations, obviously. So Twitch decides we're playing ads now. So I pre-apologize for that. But, Twitch decided we're playing ads. I know! I was trying to wait for the ads so I could go pee during the 1.5 ads, but I couldn't hold it anymore. I couldn't wait anymore. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. It was like 15 seconds. I got an ad while you were an AFK. It's like 15 seconds. Okay. A 15-second ad is not horrible. It says run a 1-minute ad break. So 15 seconds is a lot less than 1 minute. But yeah, that sadly very much checks out. I gotta get another friend stream up to support more homies. Gotta support the homies, guys. Support all the homies. I want you, I'll open it. I'll open yours. Okay. Hello, clearly not Sal. How are you this fine day? Gotta support the homies. Exactly. Welcome in. And ads. Oh, it says ad break ends in like less than 30 seconds. Awesome. Thanks, Twitch. Please make your mind up. Gotta always support the homies, guys. Always. I like... Even before I leave for work in the morning. Hey, look, the ad break. Yeah. I was gonna say, if you want to swear, feel free. I have it 15 plus. I've been freed again. Yay! Freedom! Yeah, I don't mind if you guys swear. That's kind of why I put 15 plus, so it can have swears. And like, unless every other word is a swear, then we good. Ignoring the looks, he can tell he's getting, even though I do love freedom. Yeah. Welcome in. Pretty good, actually. I have been slowly rewriting this chapter 1 to many more paragraphs, and I eventually plan on going back through these and just taking the comments I put and just working through them slowly and making it better. To procrastinate. I feel you on an emotional and spiritual level. What are we procrastinating here? Yeah. Slowly is the best way to do it. That's fair. Very fair. Writing. Yeah. That's why I had this and I had this, which very base outline of the story, and then actual more details for each chapter, I guess. I don't know if it's actually going to say as chapters like that, but it's definitely something I'm gonna try. But I am gonna try and get through this. Seems like a lot of words. It is most definitely a lot of words. These blue ones are the ones I'm rewording. This is what I'm finishing. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remembered what I was going to say ages ago before an ad played and rudely interrupted me back. And we were on the subject of school. Alright, continue. But yeah. So I don't actually know how old this is. I just kind of found it with like this eventually and all this stuff. And honestly, looked at my grades and I somehow pulled my English grade up from failing last second. Yippee! And yeah, so now we're rewriting it so it actually doesn't sound like garbage. But that's because I wrote it. So I'm always going to think it doesn't sound great. But grades closed today. Ooh. So really last second. I feel that. Okay. Yeah, I feel that. He's getting, even though he's not physically turning away from the trees. Okay, if my Algebra 2 grade is going to go up or not, but it might. I hope it does, because you should have high grades, because high grades are good. He's not physically turning away from the trees. Then he walks in. If it does, that means I passed 4 of my 5 classes. Nice! I'm glad you passed most of your classes at least. Then noticing how trees get thicker, dense, faster. That's when it stops. Just no more crying. Only have 2 classes with high grades because my motivation dies by 3rd class. I feel that. Are the easiest classes I have. I feel that. Thankfully, my teachers, for the most part, they would basically give you my teachers gave us study guides, or they'd be like, yeah, just take notes and you can use them, but you have to write them out or print them prior to class. And I was like, all right. And so I had so many notes. They were all color coded. Yeah, I don't take notes. I took many notes, but they were all color coded, and most of them were not helpful. So, but hey, it helped in like 2 or 3 instances. And then there'd be random occasions where we didn't, and I'd get like a 40 or a 30 on the quiz or test. Can't listen to someone and write it at the same time. Oh. Yeah, no, they would, depending on the person, either show us, like for math, they'd show us math problems, or they'd be like, yeah, we're doing this section in this book. and you have this much space to take notes on, there will be a test or a quiz on this day. Which is the only reason. But I would not take notes in the middle of class. Like, ever. It was bad. Then he feels a very chilly breeze appeared. I just commit stuff to memory, and if I don't, then oh well. See, I say I'm gonna do that, and then I don't. I just fucking can't, man. As is, I can't even remember birthdays of people, so now I have a birthday notebook. And I just have to add people to it. And then I try to be like, oh, I'll put it here. And then I completely forget it's there, and I miss someone's birthday, and I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I missed it. And like, well, how'd you miss it? You have a birthday notebook. I'm like, yeah, but I thought I put it somewhere, and I put it somewhere else, and I did not write it down. And they're like, April, dude, get it together. Almost as if he was no longer alone. Okay. We will be... I am EP, so we are going to raid out to someone. This is for subs. This is for follows. And like I said earlier, we are going to raid Berg. Please cause as much chaos as possible. Cause all the chaos you can.